Hi, this is Dr. Mark Hyman. Welcome back. Now, if you're deficient in this critical nutrient, you're twice as likely to die. This is a report actually from a study of hospitalized patients in the journal Critical Care. And up to half of all Americans are deficient in this nutrient and don't know it. In fact, it accounts for a long list of symptoms and diseases which are easily helped and often cured by adding this nutrient. In fact, in my practice, this nutrient is one of my secret weapons against illness. What is it? It's magnesium. It's the stress antidote and the most powerful relaxation mineral. Now, I find it very funny that more doctors are included into this nutrient because we use it all the time in conventional medicine, but never stop to think about why or how important it is to our general health or why it helps our bodies function better. In fact, I remember using it when I worked in the emergency room. It was a critical part of the medication on the crash cart. You know, if someone was dying of a life-threatening arrhythmia or regular heartbeat, we used intravenous magnesium. If someone was severely constipated or needed to prepare for a colonoscopy, we gave them milk of magnesia and a green bottle of liquid magnesium citrate, which completely empties their bowels. If a pregnant woman came in with preterm labor or high blood pressure of pregnancy or seizures of pregnancy, what do we give them? High doses of continuously dripped in or intravenous magnesium. But you don't have to be in the hospital to benefit from treating magnesium deficiency. Think of magnesium as the relaxation mineral. Anything that's tight or irritable or crampy or stiff, you know, if it's a body part or even a mood, it's a sign of magnesium deficiency. This critical mineral is responsible for over 300 enzyme reactions, and it's found in all your tissues, but mainly bone, muscle, and brain. It's necessary for your cells to make energy, for many different chemicals, pumps to work, to stabilize membranes, to help muscles relax. You know, the list of conditions that are found related to magnesium deficiency is very long. In fact, there are over 3,500 medical references on magnesium deficiency, but it's mostly ignored because it's not a drug, even though it's more powerful in many cases than drugs, which is why we use it in life-threatening and emergency situations like seizures and heart failure in the hospital, right? You might be magnesium deficient if you have any of the following things: muscle cramps or twitches, insomnia, irritability, you're sensitive to loud noises, you're anxious, you have autism, ADD, your palpitations, angina, you're constipated, you have anal spasms, you have headaches, migraines, fibromyalgia, chronic fatigue, maybe you have asthma or kidney stones. What about diabetes, obesity, osteoporosis, high blood pressure, PMS, menstrual cramps, irritable bladder, irritable bowel, reflux, trouble swallowing, and lots more. It's even been linked to inflammation in the body and higher C-reactive protein levels. So how bad is this problem? Well, it's very bad in our society. By conservative standards of measurement, which is the serum magnesium level, 65% of people admitted to the intensive care unit and about 15% of the general population has magnesium deficiency. But this is seriously underestimating the problem because a serum magnesium level is the least sensitive way to detect a drop in your total body magnesium. So why are we so deficient? Well, the answer is simple. We eat a diet that has practically no magnesium, highly processed, refined diet that's based mostly on white bread, white flour, meat, and dairy, all of which have no magnesium. We live lifestyles that cause us to lose magnesium from our bodies, and whatever magnesium we have just goes out and we never replace it. We drink coffee, alcohol, we eat sugar, we're under chronic stress. In fact, one study in Kosovo, they found that under chronic war stress, there was tons of magnesium that came out in people's urine. And hardly any of us eat foods that are high in magnesium. I mean, when was the last time you had a good dose of sea vegetables or seaweed or nuts or greens or beans? If you're like most Americans, your nut consumption mostly comes from peanut butter and probably from chocolate-covered peanut butter cups. Now, our processed diet contains almost no magnesium. It's rare in our diet, and it's often poorly absorbed, and it's easily lost from our bodies. So a recent scientific review of magnesium said it's highly regrettable that the deficiency of such an inexpensive, low-toxicity nutrient results in diseases that cause incalculable suffering and expense throughout the world. This was from Medical Hypothesis in 2001. In order to absorb magnesium, we need a lot of it in our diet, plus B6 and D and selenium to get the job done. And much of our modern life conspires to help us lose whatever magnesium we do get in our diets. Magnesium levels are decreased by excess alcohol and salt and coffee and phosphoric acid in colas and profuse sweating. Although that's good, you still have to replace the magnesium. Prolonged or intense stress, chronic diarrhea, heavy menstrual periods, diuretics, which are water pills, antibiotics, other drugs, and even intestinal parasites. So it's very hard to measure. It's hard to study, but it accounts for untold suffering, and it's simple to correct. In fact, the most common blood test, serum magnesium, will miss most cases. So don't even look at the blood test, but look at the symptoms that you suffer or any of the diseases that I noted, and it's an easy fix. So how do you fix it? Well, number one, stop draining your body of magnesium. Limit the coffee, alcohol, colas, salt, sugar. Learn how to practice active relaxation, and check with your doctor if your medication might be causing magnesium loss. Next, eat foods high in magnesium. Things like kelp, wheat bran, wheat germ, almonds, cashews, buckwheat, Brazil nuts, dulse, filberts, millet, pecans, walnuts, rye, tofu, soybeans, brown rice, figs, dates, collard greens, shrimp, avocado, parsley, beans, barley, dandelion, garlic. Doesn't sound like your diet, does it? But it should. Take magnesium supplements. Now, this is very important. I think most of us do need these. And the minimum amount required is 300 a day. Most of us get even less than 200. And some need a lot more depending on their condition. And most people do well with between 400 and 1,000. Make sure you get absorbable forms, which I list in my writings. Avoid magnesium, carbonate, sulfate, and oxide and gluconate, which are very poorly absorbed and are the ones in most supplements. And take them with a team of other minerals in a multi-mineral. And try a hot Epsom salt bath, which is actually magnesium. The only warning I have is if you have kidney disease or severe heart disease, you should only take magnesium under a doctor's supervision. So there's no reason to suffer from so many things that result from magnesium deficiency. It's truly a miracle mineral.